We're following breaking news tonight. A local school administrator is charged with 3 counts of sexual assault, what police say he did to an underage female student. And Van Buren police searching for a suspect that led them on a dangerous chase, where that manhunt is underway tonight. Plus, Arkansas's governor weighing in on Medicaid, why he says he still supports the work requirement. 4029 News at 5 starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is 4029 News at 5.
We begin with breaking news tonight. A local Fayetteville school administrator resigning after being charged with 3 counts of second-degree sexual assault. 4029's Jamie Weiss is joining us live from Fayetteville, where the Board of Education has just finished meeting. Jamie.
Well, Allison, that school board meeting is just about to begin, but we want to let you know that the Fayetteville School Superintendent, Dr. John L. Colbert, has accepted the resignation of Mark Osterly. Osterly was the Executive Director of Secondary Education for Fayetteville Public Schools, and he was placed on administrative leave back in January. Osterly is accused of 3 separate incidents of sexual assault between April and October of 2015. In 2 counts, Osterly is accused of touching a 14-year-old girl who was a student in the school where he was employed. Employment records show Osterly worked at the Don Tyson School of Innovation in Springdale at that time. Fayetteville Public Schools released a statement saying in part, quote, Osterly began his employment with the district in August of 2016, and the charges filed against him today are for alleged events that occurred prior to his employment with FPS and do not involve FPS students. The district will have no further comment at this time. Now, again, as we mentioned, that Fayetteville Board of Education meeting has just begun in the room you see behind me. They do not have any plans to discuss this incident on their agenda. We also reached out to the Springdale School District, and they have declined to comment at this time. As soon as we learn more information on this developing story, we'll be sure to bring it to you. Live in Fayetteville this tonight, I'm Jamie Weiss, 4029 News. All right, thanks, Jamie. And right now, we want to talk a little bit about the weather. We're preparing for the possibility of severe weather tomorrow night. 4029 Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee is here with us. And Darby, what are some of the chances that we may see storms?
Well, we'll have a chance tonight. Well, better chances as we go into tomorrow, and especially tomorrow night. And some of those could be strong to severe tomorrow night. Now, for us tonight, I got some storms off to our north. You can see up toward the Springfield area, toward Kansas City. Not really a lot of severe weather in here. That's going to continue to push off to the east. The tail southern end of this could try to work its way into parts of northwest Arkansas late tonight. So maybe a spotty shower in northwest Arkansas tonight. But you can see temperatures looking great, at least at the moment. Low 70s in northwest Arkansas, mid 70s in the river valley. So as we go throughout the next several hours through 10 p.m., again, an isolated shower or thunder shower could get going in northwest Arkansas. We'll have better chances, I think, for scattered showers and thunderstorms as we get into our Friday morning and Friday afternoon. So we'll watch for a chance there. And then as we go into Friday night, that's when we see the chance of maybe a strong to severe thunderstorm, especially in northwest Arkansas. I'm going to tell you more about that Friday night forecast and a look ahead to a chilly weekend that's coming up.
And we're tracking breaking news out of the River Valley. A manhunt is underway for a man who led police on a high-speed chase through Van Buren. Now, police say the driver narrowly missed hitting a police captain and a business on Main Street. 4029's Brett Rains tells us right now who police are searching for. Brett.
Well, police spotted what they thought was a drug deal going down at some apartments not far from here at the police department. When police pulled up, they say the driver, Larry Weaver Jr., took off. Police dashcam video shows the gold-colored Camry speeding by the officer when the driver turns onto historic Main Street in Van Buren. Police say he nearly hit a police captain and a storefront. It's hard to see, but police say the driver then pulled into oncoming traffic at speeds of 75 to 100 miles per hour.
It's by God's grace that another innocent motorist was not traveling west on Main Street, because it more than likely would have resulted in a fatality traffic accident.
Van Buren police called off the chase because it was too dangerous. Police say the driver was Larry Weaver Jr.
I've arrested him several times.
Kibler police found the car at the end of Austin Road. They arrested the passenger, but not Weaver.
And the passenger said that he was actually trying to find a place, if they slowed down enough, to jump out of the car because he was afraid he was going to die.
Police say Weaver tried to get inside his ex-girlfriend's home that's on the same road.
I took a theft report there the other day where he had went there and stolen some merchandise, so When I heard who was driving the fleeing vehicle, I tied it all together.
The car has a parking ticket on the dash, but now police say Weaver has bigger charges to worry about, including violating his parole and running from police. And tonight, police are still in the Kibler area searching for Weaver. They do not know if he has any weapons. Live in Van Buren, Brett Rains, 4029 News.
So far, 3 people have been arrested, including 2 who police say were outside the apartments when they spotted the attempted drug deal. Police have not released those names yet. 2 Fort Smith elementary schools were on lockdown today while police searched for a suspect. Eric Mitchell with the Fort Smith Police Department says that they were searching for a man who was possibly armed with a knife. This was in the area of Kavanaugh and Beard Elementary schools. Both schools were placed on lockdown for about 30 minutes. It was lifted when police called off that search. That suspect, though, is still not in custody, but police say they don't consider him a danger to the public. Governor Asa Hutchinson weighing in on federal judge's decision to block additional work requirements on Medicaid recipients in the natural state. On Wednesday, a district court judge voided the administration's approvals of requests from Kentucky and Arkansas to require low-income people to work for those benefits. This morning, the governor said he hasn't changed his mind and he still supports those requirements.
I remain fully committed to a work requirement, and we are in this for the long haul because we believe it is the right policy for our Kansans who want to work and need more training and more opportunity.
The judge then kicked the issue back to the Department of Health and Human Services for more review and also suspended the program in Arkansas. Arkansas was the first state in the nation to implement the mandate after the Trump administration began allowing it last year. We are following breaking news out of Washington. President Trump is backing off of his budget proposal that would have cut all education department funding for Special Olympics. 4029's Matt Pritchard is in Washington with what prompted his change of heart.
Intense pressure from Capitol Hill and across the country most likely played a part. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos faced intense questioning from committees in both the House and Senate this week, as the proposal would have stripped all $17.6 million that goes to Special Olympics from the Education Department. Now, President Trump spoke with reporters before leaving for a campaign event in Michigan, saying he's changed course and told his administration to fund the program.
The Special Olympics will be funded. I just told my people I want to fund the Special Olympics. And I've just authorized a funding of the Special Olympics. I've been to the Special Olympics. I think it's incredible. And I just authorized a funding. I heard about it this morning. I have overridden my people. We're funding the Special Olympics.
Secretary DeVos said earlier that Special Olympics would be able to stay afloat without federal funding because they have private donations. In Washington, I'm Matt Pritchard reporting.
Now, Special Olympics of Arkansas is now reacting to the president's decision, saying in part, quote, "We express our gratitude that President Trump joins a long history of over 50 years of U.S. presidents and members of Congress on both sides of the aisle to support the Special Olympics and the work that we do in our communities throughout the country." The organization says it's grateful for the outpouring of support. We do want to take this moment to honor a Special Olympian of our own from the natural state. Today, there was a parade in Mena celebrating Krista Karstens. She's a 2019 Special Olympics World Games medalist. Now, Krista represented Arkansas and Pope County in the Abu Dhabi World Games. In Oklahoma, police arrested a former caretaker at a retirement home accused of purposely trying to harm a resident. Kyra Johnson is accused of making an 81-year-old man with dementia eat jalapenos. Oklahoma City police say that the man relied on help from the workers, and Johnson took advantage of that. Witnesses told investigators that she meant to cause him pain and suffering, and he wasn't accustomed to eating spicy foods. Johnson was arrested and charged with abuse by a caretaker. Here at home, the Arkansas women's basketball team will play TCU tonight in a third-round WNIT game at Bud Walton Arena. But first, big news about the big floor that's inside. Sports Director Mitch Roberts has more on that.
It's been a long time coming. Welcome live to Bud Walton Arena. Today, the University of Arkansas Board of Trustees approved a resolution to name the court that I'm standing on right now inside Bud Walton Arena Nolan Richardson Court. We have some video of the meeting where they approved the resolution from earlier today in Hot Springs. Now, of course, you've been following this story with the rest of us. Nolans fans on one side of the aisle have been wanting this for a long time, but there were other fans and some boosters that didn't want that because of the controversial way that his run as Arkansas coach ended, including a lawsuit against the U of A. But time heals all wounds, and there can be little doubt Nolan Richardson is the best basketball coach Arkansas has ever had, and it was time to honor that for all time. We still have no idea when they'll actually put the name on the court. It has not been done yet and won't be done for tonight's WNIT game. Still a special night for it to happen, though, because you know it's going to energize the fan base, and they're already all fired up because the women are here tonight to host TCU in an old Southwest Conference throwback game. It's a third-round WNIT game against a team that also finished on the NCAA bubble. Now, the Arkansas women have had some huge crowds here the last couple of games, planning for even more fans to pack in here tonight with tickets big-time discounted, and also the college students here at the university can get in absolutely free. So that ought to help pack the stands for this one. What a special day for a game like this. I mean, what's better than a tournament game on the day that they approved Nolan Richardson Court? That's a nice combination. We'll have much more on a big day in sports here on campus coming up at 6 o'clock. Mitch Roberts, 4029 News.
Tonight, one man from our area says that the Bentonville Half Marathon changed his life. Now he's ran more than 40 races across the world.
Without that race, in full honesty, I would not be here. I would not have started running.
Steve Lowry says for the first time he ran, he hated it, and he thought he'd never run again. But thanks to the love and support from his friends, he's been in the Bentonville Half Marathon every year since it started, and he is very excited to run this weekend.
When Bentonville had their first half marathon, I decided I just needed to do a change in my life, get more active. So I signed up, and I hated it. It was miserable. And I said I'd never do another one, yet still here I am today running because of the support of the community.
Well, so it turned from misery to actual enjoyment. Now he runs all the time. His goal is to get others to sign up for Run Bentonville. Lowry says he hopes that he never has to miss the race that got him started. Of course, 4029 News is proud to be the official forecaster of the Bentonville Half Marathon, which is this Saturday. And another race that's happening this weekend is Whitney's Race. This is in the River Valley, happening also on Saturday. It raises awareness for pancreatic cancer in honor of Whitney Marsh, who passed away from the disease in 2018. The race takes place at Fort Chaffee. You can still sign up online for either the 5K or the 10K. 4029 is also the official forecaster for Whitney's Race. Facebook now charged with racial discrimination. Why the Department of Housing and Urban Development says the company violated the Fair Housing Act. Local and federal authorities weighing in on the outcome of the Jussie Smollett case. Why Chicago's mayor says that Smollett still owes the city money.